Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the beginning of West Ham United's 2020-21 season, pre-season, of course, with West Ham United versus Wycombe Wanderers. We are horrendously behind. You can see everything isn't finished on the screen, but who cares because young Tom is here to save the day. You're right, bro.
Yeah. How you doing, mate? Yeah, few technical issues behind the scenes, but we are sorted. We are ready to go. We are 2.5 minutes late, but oh well, we are here now.
We are here now, just about. Had a lot of things going on. Got a lot of things finished to make on the stream. But we're here, and we're like, Tom, can you read out the lineups? Because I genuinely, as you know, have zero idea.
Well, for the game that we're watching, because obviously there is two lineups. In our game, it's David Martin, Ben Johnson, Baptiste, who apparently, by all accounts, is one to watch for the future. And I was going to say I was excited to watch him, and then he slipped over the first time I saw him. No pressure on the ball. Ogbonna, Masuaku, Noble, Cullen, Bowen, Lanzini, Fornals, Antonio. And on the bench, you got Bernardo Rosar, Zambi Silva, Longello. I think that's Shauna Darkwa, Tunji Akinola and Anang. And then at Portman Road, you've got Randolph, Alessi, Balbuena, Cresswell, Coventry, Souček, Wilshere, Yarmolenko, Anderson, Diangana, Allaire, Roberto, who makes it back into a West Ham squad, Gonzalo Cardoso, Lewis, Stan Kemp, and Odubeko as well. So, yeah, it's sort of evenly split, but I think obviously when they're charging £10 for a freaking live stream versus a free one, I think we'll choose the free one every time.
Yes, but we will be keeping you abreast of all the situations at Portman Road, and after this, Gonzo will be doing a live review of the Ipswich game, which he is watching currently. There will be a live review, so we'll send you across there in your droves. If you watched any of the Premier League ones from last season, you know how this works. We'll spam the chat, you can go across, let Gonzo know. We'll give you a phrase that you can tell him, and then he'll get confused and scared, and it'll be great. And then we'll have a second review of this one after, but that'll be recorded and uploaded after. Shout out to Andrew Phipps, Eric, and West Ham Clips in the chat. Good evening, good afternoon, gentlemen, I should say.
Clips and Eric, it's been a few weeks. When was the last one? When was the last one we did?
I don't know. It feels like both yesterday and 4 years ago. I can't. Time is dead to me. I don't know what's going on, Tom. I can't lie to you.
It's been a weird few weeks.
It has.
But I don't know. So my friend tries to FaceTime me when I'm doing a live stream.
I'll just like to let everyone know as well. I've got a Kit Kat.
I feel like because there's not going to be as many viewers as the Premier League live streams, it probably doesn't help that we went a little bit later on, but it's probably going to be more food talk than usual, I reckon.
Oh, straight in from Steve Mothersole. Okay, I'm chopping salad. Steve, Tom, I'm going to ask you this, right? Because it's something I've learned about Steve. Fo, don't worry, I will come to that. Also, shout out to Peach the 5 foot. Right, Steve Mothersole, okay?
Didn't he say he doesn't like talking about food?
Well, this was one problem I have with the man, okay? But the bigger problem is a food opinion he has. Now, I respect Steve's food a lot. He likes a burger, and I can appreciate that. But Tom, I'm going to get your opinion on this, right? As West Ham sort of passing it around the 18-yard box. Masuaku has scored. Is that in? That's in. Masuaku scored. He just sort of hit it. The camera angle was horrendous.
Oh, yeah.
The camera angle was truly terrible. It was zoomed right in when he hit it. And I was like, that looks like it's going out. And what? We'll get on to Steve in a second. Masuaku's just scored a bit of a bounce.
Yeah, I know. I just seen that. The camera went zooming straight in for him, didn't it? And then it was like, oh, it's in off the crossbar. Well, we have our first goal. Good season.
Good times.
Good times.
At some point, the screen might even suggest that we've scored. For now, I haven't done any of it, but we'll get there. Right. Flipping Steve Mothersole. Okay, actually, before we do that, what time are you on the stream? Can you count your timer, please?
I was behind. It's like we've never left. I was behind.
What are you at now? Because I can pause it because it's YouTube. What time to be alive?
Oh, of course. Let me, as I accidentally clicked on West Ham Fan TV's live stream. Shout out to the guys over there.
Shout out West Ham Fan TV.
I am on 5 minutes and 43, 44, 45,
okay, keep going.
46,
just keep going.
47,
keep going.
48,
keep going.
49,
keep going.
50,
yep.
51,
yep.
52, yep. 53, 54, 55.
Okay, we're now in sync. Right, Steve Mothersole, okay? Right? He likes a burger, but if actually I'll ask you, right? If you're having a burger, what are you putting on it? What condiments are you putting on it? Ketchup, mustard? What are you feeling?
A brioche bun. A very.
Big
I
star.
do like Byron burger, you know. So like a very, very sort of, some would say, an undercooked burger. So it was, you know, like a fillet almost, you know, because obviously it's red meat. You can be a bit more risque with that. Maybe a bit of cheese, but not like the slabby, flappy cheese that you buy from the shops. You know, just like a bit of cheddar cut on, and then bam, while it's in the pan, just to melt it on top, and then maybe a little bit of salad, a tomato, maybe some onions, and then Nando sauce. I can't get enough of Nando sauce.
I do respect a lot of that, but shall I tell you what I don't respect? That's Steve Mothersoul, who puts on. It's a well constructed burger, but let me break this down: ketchup, mustard, and mayonnaise. All of them.
Bloody hell, what are you? What are you, Steve? You're an animal.
A monster. An absolute.
We're only 7 minutes into flipping pre-season, and I'm disgusted already.
Disgusted already. Disgusted already. Shout out to Jay. Welcome, Jay. Good to see you again. We are myself and Tom are cheapskates, but Gonzo is watching the Ipswich game, and we'll have a live review of the Ipswich game straight after this. Yes, he's paid.
He paid the £10.
Well, I can't confirm nor deny if he's paid, but I can tell you he is going to be doing a lot.
I'm going to try and get the live score up and see if they've got the Ipswich game on there, and then if by whatever reason we can keep you up to date with that instead of having to constantly refresh Twitter.
Fair.
There's Jared Bowen skates and gets the corner.
West Ham olive or Heinz burger sauce. Listen. Burger sauce is the thing. I don't personally like it, but I can at least respect it because it's a single condiment. What are you doing, Steve? What are you doing? Right. Everyone in the chat, can I have what condiments you would put on your burger, please? While you do that, Tom, as well. Charlie boy, welcome, my friend. Welcome, my brother. Game stream freezing, so came to vibe with you lot for the game. Welcome to the vibe. Welcome to the vibe. Tom, give us an update.
I've got the live score Ipswich stuff up on my screen now, so I can keep an eye on what's going on. But it looks like we've got the better game anyway because we 1-0 up. So yeah,
yes,
things you'd love to see.
Love to see.
Jazza, no, how dare you? Apparently, I just have my lips show out a bit more when I when I shave. So yeah, there you go.
He does, of course, wear eyeliner as well.
Yes.
Of
course. If you do know, yes, I do wear eyeliner. Obviously, go on.
If you know, you know. So welcome everyone. We will be doing watch-alongs for the vast majority of games this season. Actually, ones with me and my tomboy are available. Yes. We'll be doing the watch-alongs. So they'll be more well prepared than this one. I won't lie to you. In fact, I'll be full on honest. I didn't know it was Tuesday until about an hour and a half ago. So it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm eating a Kit Kat. Life goes on. Life goes on.
Yeah, you were very confused when you rang me. I did say you only just figured out that it was Tuesday, my dude. So the most disorganised live stream we've ever had, but you just love to see it.
You love to see it. You love to see it. You love to see the boys. I love pre-season. I can't lie. Pre-season's probably my favourite time of the year.
I think it's definitely going to be the weirdest pre-season ever, I think.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, what I really like about pre-season is you get to just see, like, the youth players. The pre-season's the best because there's no expectations. You get to see all of the youth players, and then, like, you just have fun, usually battering teams who are significantly worse than you. So it's a grand old time. I love pre-season. I do. I really do.
Yeah, it's good fun. I guess today, like I said, we expect a lot. Hardly anybody really in this live stream for pre-season, but for those of you that are here, we can have a nice chat. Some of our regulars or whatnot, vibe to the pre-season vibes. I'm
going to read out some food things and want your opinions. Okay, as we have a corner, put in decent header, goes wide. Andrew Phipps says ketchup and mustard. How many different condiments, Tom, are you putting on your burger?
I don't even know. One usually, but two is a max. I think otherwise you're insane. You're a madman. You're spoiling the taste at that point. Do you know what I mean?
So with Andrew here, who's put in a ketchup and mustard, would you back that?
No.
No. Or is that specifically because of one of the contents?
It's up to Andrew at the end of the day if that's what he likes. But for me, it's too much for my palate. I've got a very delicate palate.
Delicate palate.
My mouth knows what I like.
I respect that. I do respect it.
England squad just got released today. For those of you that are in here watching with us, and Charlie, some big opinions.
Hello.
I reckon if obviously Declan Rice, who's not playing today, which unless he's picked up a knock in pre-season, I hope to God, because after Chelsea pretty much have signed Havertz, Chilwell, and now apparently they're supposed to be getting Thiago Silva and Malang Sarr as well. Hopefully they don't have any money left in the bank for Declan Rice.
I need to text someone to ask them a question before I say anything. But I can tell you that Declan Rice and Ryan Fredericks are not in the squad, but not because of transfers.
COVID?
I need to text someone before I say anything.
Is it coronavirus? Yeah.
But yeah, they're not in either squad, but not because of transfers. It's not like Declan Rice or Ryan Fredericks have got imminent moves away.
Oh, okay. All right. But the big thing was...
Okay, just to say, Foshizi's put something in the chat, so I'm going to say it out loud. They are allegedly both in quarantine.
Fair enough.
Which makes sense because they're Bezzy mates and they go out and all that together. So
they were on holiday as well, weren't they, with a few of the Chelsea players? Maybe they could have picked up from that. Who knows? To be fair, you can pick it up doing anything these days. It's quite scary.
Back in my day, you couldn't pick up COVID from doing anything.
Blake Moffat, it's 1-0.
We'll get there, Blake. I haven't finished. I don't know if you can tell, Blake, but I haven't finished the setup. I apologise. It's my bad. I woke up significantly late, very confused about what the day was.
It is 1-0 against Wycombe anyway. The score is 0-0, but Jazza has clearly paid the £10. God, Jazza.
Well, Jazza earlier on in the chat has mentioned that he found a stream on and website.
Oh, right. Nice. Who scored? Arthur Masuaku with an absolute worldie, which you didn't really get to see due to the camera.
Which you didn't see due to the camera.
Which was nothing to do with us. It was whoever's the cameraman today at Wycombe managed to zoom right the way in on Masuaku as he struck it from 25 yards, and then there proceeded to be no replays. But all we know is that he had a lovely shot from about 20 yards, 22 yards out, and it hit the underside of the bar and went in. And then, Ipswich is 0-0. I've got the live score, live tracker up on here, so we can just keep you guys up to date, although I'm sure Jazza will be telling us who is missing sitters, which we appreciate, Jazza.
Thank you, Jazza. Keep us updated, my friend. Keep us updated, my friend.
What I'm saying is...
Go on.
Calvin Phillips has just been announced in the England squad today, and I reckon, obviously, if Declan plays with that now that Leeds are back in the Premier League, and I love, Leeds. Blake Grady is playing, but he is over at Ipswich, playing with the more attacking team. I'd say it is the Ipswich game's got Yarmolenko, Arnautovic, Allaire, and Dean Garner. So you would have thought, especially seeing as Ipswich didn't they get relegated this year, or was it last year? The League One, aren't they?
I honestly don't remember. Can I also just say very quickly? Apologies to everyone for the mouse you're about to see on screen and for various screens that are about to pop up and disappear quickly. I'm trying to create a live stream here. I apologise, everyone. Tom, carry on with your important information that is way more interesting than what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, chat, Charlie Boy, Foshizi, Blake, Jadler, whoever. My opinion is now that Leeds are back in the Premier League and Calvin Phillips has finally got his England call up, I just think that's all we're going to hear this summer now and all of next season between Leeds fans and England fans is how Calvin Phillips... Declan Rice couldn't lace Calvin Phillips' boots. That's going to be the next stupid comparison we're going to have to listen to for a year. I'm really happy for Calvin Phillips, though. I've watched him play numerous times, being in Leeds and living with my flatmate who supported Leeds. And he's a sensational footballer. He is a little bit older than Declan Rice. I'd put it this way. I'd rather have Calvin Phillips and Rice in there rather than Harry Winks, if that makes sense. I'd think I'd prefer Calvin Phillips over Harry Winks. But yeah, I just think that's all we're going to hear this summer now, Charlie. It's just a comparison to two of them. But it's annoying. They're both individual great players.
The thing is, the way the conversation around Declan Rice goes, whenever another DM exists, the conversation is going to be, are they or are they not better than Declan Rice? That's just the truth of them. That's just the way it goes. It's a shame, but it is the way it is. I like them both. I would love them both in the England squad. I think in reality, I think they're both better than any other option in that role, like you say.
Well, I mean, I'd rather have, in terms of midfielders, I think Henderson, Phillips, and Rice are my
Sure,
three.
but I wouldn't put Henderson in that role, though. That's what I'm trying to say, I guess.
No.
Yeah. But I would agree with that. I think, like...
Apparently, Foe's saying that Calvin Phillips was flirting with Jamaica, apparently playing for them. That may be the reason why he's been called up.
That's a fair point. Which
is
also, did Declan Rice get announced in the squad?
He did. I just glazed over it because obviously Sky News and every other notification is like a fly on shit at the minute with Harry Maguire and what happened in Greece. So it was popping off all over my phone. Like,
sure, yes, of course.
Harry Maguire announced an England squad after things happening in Greece. It's like, oh, shut up, please. They're always going to try and make it out worse than what it is. But yes, he is in the squad. Yeah, and he is quality Foe. I really like his temperament. Although he did have, I tell you what though, he had a nasty red card last season. I was watching against, I think it was against QPR last year, and he had a absolute. It was either QPR or someone else. He had a horror challenge on someone. He has got a bit of a nasty streak in him. I'm not going to lie, but no, he's a good player.
We would also like to say just very quickly, this is a complete side note. Thank you everyone for 13,000 subscribers. That happened today. We both got a message from Gio talking about that, so that was good. And I've just pulled up the live sub count, and I've seen that we're on 13,000. I just remembered. Thank you very much, everyone. We appreciate it. We got a lot of subscribers off of the watch-alongs last year. We really enjoyed doing them.
I mean, you say a lot. I would say the live stream absolutely boomed for us. I think that they were just unbelievable. The support that some of our regular guys that, to be fair, most of the guys that are in here that join us for every single week. It really helped push it forward, and I think like after what's happened and everything that's going on in the world, I think Gio's quite comfortable with doing a few more of those next season, which is really good. So you probably get to see our two ugly mugs more next season.
So for the first time, quick prayer hands. Thank you everyone.
First time in the preseason.
First time in the preseason. Thank you.
But yeah, how is everyone? How's the last few weeks been? Opinions on West Ham's transfer business so far in this window?
Well, I've got to say something. Okay, I'm wearing all black for a reason. I'm wearing black on black for a reason, Tom.
Oh, of course.
You're wearing black, and that's because today is the official funeral for hashtag recall Big George. I'm fuming. It's
you can keep it going and to the hope that we one day re-sign him.
hashtag re-sign Big George. There we go. I found my next hashtag that won't kick off.
Hashtag re-sign Big George. That's what you need next time.
Yeah,
I think he's going to do bits for Norwich. You know, I really do.
I hope. Yeah, I think if they sell Pookie, then he'll be their starting striker, and I think that's a good sign.
Can you imagine that though? Bloody 4-4-2. Yeah,
Antonio trying to wiggle his way through.
Oh, he's laid off a nice ball. Manu. He's weaved his way through, and he forgot how to football.
It is what it is. It is what it is. It's pre-season. Foe, we may get onto that as well. Jay, we will update you as the game goes, of course. We apologize.
Yeah, Father Snowman, I have a link for the Ipswich game. Thanks, mate, but don't worry. We'll stick with the Wigan game because we'll let Gonzo do his review afterwards, and then at least
Gonzo's got a full. Just in case anyone's joined us since, there is a full review of the Ipswich game going on live after this. We will spam the link in the chat. Send you all over to Gonzo, who's currently watching it, who's currently paid for it, like and mug. And he'll be giving you the full details of that. There is, of course, people in the chat talking about where you can and cannot find that.
Phil McDonald, it is currently 0-0 over there. Apart from Haller, who else is playing at Ipswich? You've got Aller, Diangana, Anderson, Yarmolenko, Souček, Wilshere. I think Fabianski's over there. Darren Randolph. As it started to absolutely piss it down.
You can hear it. That was very exciting for me personally.
I'm getting wet somehow, so I'm going to have to close my window. Absolutely just started pissing it down.
Pulls it back.
Fabianski is missing it. Is Darren Randolph over there with Roberto, who is back in the squad again, which is lovely to see. So yeah, I think the the Ipswich team has more of an attacking side, or you would say our regular starting attackers, except for the likes of probably Antonio and Bowen. So, yeah. Oh well, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I'm slightly concerned about our business this summer. There's a lot of people talking about it yesterday on Twitter about the fact that Moyes was Hugel's agent and there was some dodgy dealings, or people are a bit worried about tax fraud and all that stuff again. As Wycombe have a shot saved. Yeah, it's a bit strange. Thankfully, I guess to this point we haven't sold any of our big names, but it still feels a little bit. I don't know. It's a weird summer for all those teams that supposedly didn't have the money to spend in a crisis. There's a lot of teams around us that are spending some money on players. As Masuaku lines up again, and he's at the post,
and it's two.
He scored.
Two.
Oh no! He's offside. He's offside.
Well, one. I'm glad I don't have to change the one a second after I've put it up.
Yeah, Eze, I'd love to see a couple. I know, Charlie, you weren't necessarily for having Eze there, unless maybe we sold a couple of players. But
that's the thing. It wasn't anything against. I've got nothing against Eze. I really like Eze as a footballer. I think Eze is a very, very good footballer. But my only problem with him was that I just think we don't need him. And if we've got no money, as is being said to us very often, then I think it's a bit foolhardy, let's say, to spend it on Eze. I mean, like, this is my big problem with. All right, taking my Hugel specs off for a second. This is my big problem with selling Big George and a Yeti. Is I didn't think we needed a striker before that. We've now only got one recognised senior striker in the squad. Two if you count Antonio.
Yeah, I was going to say. I think Antonio playing up front today, you can clearly see that's where he envisions Antonio's role to be there next season. I imagine.
I think that's what he's got no options. Like, and the thing is we've I remember when Pellegrini first came in and he was playing Antonio up front in pre-season, and it was spoken about maybe Pellegrini thought that Antonio was a striker. And to be honest with you, I think he probably is. I think he probably is a striker because he's can't pass, can't shoot, can't cross. But when it comes down to it, like. I didn't think we needed one because let's just say before the season we had Haller, Antonio, Hugel, and Ajeti. Right now we can all talk about how Hugel and Ajeti probably wouldn't have got an opportunity, and that's probably fair to say. They were at least the bodies in the squad. Now all of a sudden we're down to two, arguably one striker. We need to go and buy a striker now, and the money we've got to do it is 2.5 mil from Hugel and 4.5 mil from Ajeti, and that's not even enough. Combined, those two prices isn't even enough to buy you Hugel or Ajeti the first time round. Yeah. So what are we meant to do? Why do we keep doing this? Why do we keep selling off all of our strikers and buying less in? This is just a bad idea.
I think it's obviously we're at the point now where the fact that he's relying as Antonio to be the second striker when injury for Antonio has not been great, obviously since he joined us.
Yeah.
I think you need to have that other striker. Now, whether or not he goes, hopefully, I would suggest to the youth team, because I think there's a couple of good young strikers. Adarkwa is one, Odebeko, or if I got that wrong, there's another one that's very good, or supposed to be very talented. But yeah, it's quite a sad state of affairs. I do like the fact that, or I would hope that Grady gets his chance this year. I hope that, Cardoso, Baptiste, by all accounts, again, another really good player. Some of these youngsters do. Nathan Holland, who was absent, I think, today, whether he's still nursing an injury or COVID times, we don't know whether it's that or not, or whatever, but he's not around today. Yeah. But hopefully, fingers crossed that, some of those younger players do start to sort of come through again into the first team. But yeah, it's been a sorry state of affairs so far on the transfer window. It doesn't look like it's going to get any better as Antonio is broken through. Is he onside? He is onside. Cuts it back in.
Unfortunate.
The commentator did say as Antonio looks for a second, but definitely Masuaku who scored the first one.
Unless something happened that we didn't see. Everyone ignore the thing that just popped up. I apologise.
Jazz has said about what a ball from Grady. I did see, was it Foe that said, Tom, are you going to do the sunny day in Norwich ever again? Now listen, that sunny day in Norwich.
It was a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day. I would go as far as to say, Tom, that it was a sunny day in Norwich.
It was a very sunny day in Norwich, but one again that I don't think will ever be recreated. Unfortunately, Justin says Felipe Henderson's running around hacking at ankles. Yeah.
Love that. I'm all about it. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I'm totally okay with a good 2-footed challenge. I'm all right with it.
Let the League One team know you're there.
I respect it. Whenever I think about football like that, I think, Tom, have you watched Mike Bassett, England manager?
I have, yes.
You know where the captain of the England team, I can't remember his name, but the really angry hacking left back, and he's just like, he gets like sent off 5 seconds into a game because he just goes and 2-foot someone. But I just always remember, like, there's that bit when Mike Bassett's in the dressing room and he's doing the speech to like jazz the boys up to get them going, and then he goes, right, I'm going to hand you over to the captain now, blah blah blah, and he just stands up and goes, let's effing kill him, and then punches like a hole in the wall. I think he has. I think that's an own goal. I've got everything set up now, so I can actually do that.
That's an own goal.
That is an own goal. But yeah, that's why I always remember.
What just happened?
Don't know. I wasn't looking. Can't lie.
It's 2-0. They've just. I just turned around and I've got my phone.
Do you know what? I'm going to rewind and tell you what happened.
Yeah, I might do the same thing because I'm a bit confused because he just had his head in his
So they're
hands,
passing it around. It goes back to the centre back who's under pressure from Bowen. Tries to pass it back to the goalkeeper, who has had an absolute mare. The goalkeeper's tried to control it, and it's just rolled underneath him in what can only be described as agonisingly slow. Agonisingly slow.
It wasn't exactly travelling at any pace, was it?
It was not travelling at any pace whatsoever.
No, they did just say Stockdale. That's not the old Fulham Stockdale, is it?
It might be. That's a great shout.
David Stockdale was his name, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It is David Stockdale.
Oh,
interesting. Well, there you go. Yeah, he is playing Charlie. Well, he's not playing, but as Masuaku, is that? No, that's Lanzini. Fornals tries to cut it back. No, Lanzini got it inside the 18-yard box. Good control, and he's blazed it over the bar. Yeah, no, he is on the bench today. I'm gonna have to quickly double check which bench because it's quite confusing because obviously the whole squad is out. Clip says, "Hi, I'm Jordan Hugel. Can't wait to walk out here on a sunny day in Norwich. Come on, you Canary."
just sad. I'm just sad. I don't want it to be the case, but it is. I just want him back. Do you know what else I'm offended by? As West Ham Fan TV, rock up in the chat. Hello, Nikki. Or Dan, whichever was on the chat. Do you know what I'm offended by? So, do you know the Norwich fan channel, not Toffee TV, that's Everton. What are they called? I literally subscribe to them. Jack Reeve does it. Talk Norwich City. Do you know, it's weird, when a second I said Talk Norwich City, it kicked off in my head. Do you know Talk Norwich City, Tom?
No, I do not.
Do you know what I'm annoyed about?
Hit me.
They asked Nikki and Dan their opinions on Hugel. I'm the only Hugel fan that's allowed and is allowed to exist.
Oh, what? Saved by David Martin, but the rebound is in. It's 2-1.
I'm the only Hugel fan that's allowed to exist, and I'm fuming that I've built my entire brand around this man.
Well, can you just, if you didn't see that, can you just rewind and look at that David Martin save?
I did. I saw it. It was very good. It was actually genuinely very good. I am like 2-3 seconds behind you, so I'm going to need you to pause in a second. I'm just fuming about it. And I'm using this exact opportunity to put it out into the world.
It is 2-1. The ball came in, it somehow bobbled up and looped over David Martin's head, and then he made an unbelievable recovery save to get back up and tip it onto the bar, and they just smashed it in from close range, unfortunately. So it is 2-1 against Wycombe. Farmer Chris says, "All right, guys." I don't know why I did that. Jezbish, my friend used to play for Norwich City. Norfolk Cafu, they called him. I mean, I was trying to, in my head, I'm thinking, no, not Norfolk. Wait.
We are having a collective mare today.
I'm so sorry, guys. Calla Sowland. If none of you know who Calla Sowland is, I'll just go and watch his clips for the boxing on the Boxing Super Series and watch him in his interviews. He's like a lizard, Charlie, because he's on so much drugs. He's just like this constantly.
Right. Okay.
So I don't imagine that is Calla Sowland, but I like watching Calla Sowland just because he's funny to watch when he's at a boxing event.
Fair. Can I just quickly get what time you're on?
31-39 as Jarrod Bowen is through. He's had a dig on goal and he's at the inside of the post as well. 31-43.
So, okay, I'm going to count it down and then you're going to have to pause it. Is that all right?
Okay, yeah.
So 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56.
There we go.
Perfect. Also, yeah, Bowen, please, bruv, just put it on target. But this is the thing I like about preseason is these are the times I can allow that sort of nonsense to happen. If this was a Premier League game, I would have rued that opportunity. But now, given the fact it's preseason, I can look at it and go, he's just warming up. I mean, he's only had about 5 days off, so he shouldn't be warming up. But you understand what I mean. You understand what I mean.
Yeah. Cool. You understand what game is Gio watching?
Gio is at work, so he's not watching any of them.
Oh, of course he is. Yeah, I tried to ring him earlier and he denied me. But
he is at work. He is at work, to be fair. I spoke to him on the phone when I woke up, and he was like, I'm at work, so this is going to have to be quick. And I was like, come on.
I often forget that we are still in the middle of a pandemic and it is a Tuesday and people do work for a living. So
I wonder what that's like. Having a job.
Yeah. Robert Agresto has joined us. Robert, nice to see you, mate.
Good to see you, big man. Good to see you, big man.
Jazzy Yarmolenko just crossed with his right foot. My God.
What and lad?
Yeah, Jez says, bear in mind, boys, I'm ahead of you, and when we score, I'm going to go mental like a Blackpool slapper who hasn't got paid. It's just one of the things you love to see in pre-season. It's just little lines, isn't it? Just keep going.
Little lines.
Calla Sowland. See, this is the kind of trolling I like to see. Is if somebody...
I respect it.
Calla says, takes one to no one. You sniff a bit of Charlie, lad. No, unfortunately not. The only Charlie I've sniffed is Charlie when he's next to me. Unfortunately.
That's me. Yeah. That's my name. If you didn't know, that's me.
There you go. Have a quick sniff. Good lad, good drug taker you are. Well,
and I smell of pizza. I've been reliably informed I smell of pizza.
I do have hay fever currently, so that's why I am sniffing. But yeah,
can't deny or
drug
confirm.
To paracetamol, unfortunately, because
I have taken today some lansoprazole gastro-resistant capsules, so that's exciting for my stomach.
As Bowen has looking to work onto his left foot, gives it up. Is that Fornals?
Good hit, good goal, good finish.
Was
that Lanzini or Fornals? I think it was Lanzini. No, it was Lanzini. It was Lanzini. Good finish. 3-1.
3-1. Nice. That was nice to see from. Very nice to see from Lanzini, who obviously didn't have the greatest end to last season, but
nice to see us actually shooting. Nice to see us actually shooting. We get a bit close to that. We're getting a bit close to the box, and then we're getting a bit of the old Pellegrini about us, passing about. But we seem to be taking a lot more shots. This
is what I feel like he's needed for a while, like a full pre-season. Just because I still feel so sorry from him after his injury. I still really don't want us to get rid of him because I still think he's an ego. He's a confidence player. He's one of those. You got to massage his ego a little bit, make him feel wanted. I don't know what I'm saying again.
I'm a bit concerned, but that's fine.
Massage.
Massage his ego. Get in there. Get in every nook and or cranny of that boy's body. It's very weird.
I say one thing I do not feel sorry for is everybody that has paid £10 to watch the Ipswich game, which is currently 0-0.
That's a bit of a piggery. Can I just say as well, what I forget when we do these things is that Clips is in the chat.
Yeah.
And I probably should be careful with the things I say out loud, because at any moment I could be replied to on Twitter with my own clip of me being an absolute moron. So shout out Clips, hello. And I hope you enjoyed the content that I've just provided to you, speaking about getting in nooks and or crannies.
Life, yeah. Everyone knows Gonzo is a plumber, says Jazza, but had Gio ever said what he does? He's
I don't know if
he manages a building in Scotland for a wealthy businessman from China, I believe, something like that.
I don't know what he said and what he hasn't said, so I won't give you the full details of his day-to-day duties, but basically what Tom just said, yes.
Yeah, he kind of oversees and manages it all.
He's a very he's an fingers in all the pies.
Pretty much. Yeah. No, you have to remind me. Robert Agresto, was he the one that was in Hawaii? That is.
Yeah.
Hi, Rob. I do remember. He's also in food porn chat, is he not, on Twitter?
He is, yes. Rob's big into food, and I respect it. Rob is a big food boy, knows a lot about food. And, he appeared on a food-based show that I may have done once. That might be coming back at some point. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, Jazza says, crowd goes wild. Yes, the crowd definitely goes wild.
Yeah. Lads.
Jez says Lanzini could still be as good as Rivaldo.
He could play on as long as Rivaldo, but that's neither here nor there, because I'm pretty sure Ji-Sung Park is still playing, and he's like, Rivaldo age. Well, I don't think he's playing at top level, but I saw that Ji-Sung Park rocked up at for some uni team in England somewhere like a year ago or 2 years ago. I was very excited. As a Ji-Sung Park stan, I was very excited for that. I can't remember what uni it was, but it was one of them.
Laburo, sort of thing Harry Redknapp good at making a player feel important. You say, I'm all about that. I'm all about massaging the egos.
I think that's the thing, though. If David Moyes fancies himself as a man manager, which he clearly does a bit, then you look at Lanzini and Anderson and you say those are the people who he's got to get the best out of. And
yeah, I still think Anderson is a massage type player. You need to really massage his ego. I think Allaire is the same. Maybe I wouldn't put Lanzini in that category. I think it's the people that need to be motivated. I feel like it's, in cricket terms, watching Jofra Archer, for those who watch the England cricket team, you just need to massage the boy's ego. Oh, yeah, of course. Fo says maybe Psycho's motivating Lanzini. I completely forgot, obviously, Stu Pearce is back. Is he at Wycombe today? Which game is David Moyes at? Do we know?
I have no idea.
I'll have no idea.
Again, for those who've just joined, didn't even know it was Tuesday until recently. So, the finer details of life are lost on me today.
Phil McDonald says, is anyone not playing in either game today? And if so, are they injured or leaving?
No one is leaving. Rice and Fredericks are not featured because they are allegedly in quarantine. But no one is leaving. No one is leaving. No one's coming in.
The only left is Jordan Hughes. Just a moment for Jordan Hughes.
Hang on. Just a moment, please, for John Hughes.
Oh dear. Rest in pepperonis. Bottom out.
Okay, that's enough of that. Yeah, no one is injured and no one's.
Let's spread the duties here. You take over from the chat.
Okay. Hello, chat. Oh. I'll tell you what. I'll scroll up and we'll go back to this burger chat because I've been dying to.
Quickly before we do that, apparently Moyes is at Ipswich with and Alan Irvine is at Wycombe taking over.
So what you're saying is the Moyes team are drawing and the Alan Irvine team's winning. Now, I'm not saying we should read into that, but because if Ipswich went down and Wycombe gone up, then
allegedly Moyes is playing 6 at the back against Ipswich, holding on for the draw.
holding on desperately for the draw. Because I want to go through only because I asked people and they did. Some people did get involved in the food chat, so I want to repay their dues. So Peach the 5 foot. I keep trying to say Peach the 5'9" and it's throwing me off. Peach the 5 foot.
Madness.
We're talking burger construction here, people. Mustard, pickles, and cheddar. What's your opinion on a pickle or gherkin in a burger? Because it's one of my biggest pet peeves about
4 nows.
Oh,
taking the keeper, Jared Bowen.
4-1. 4-1.
Oh,
that's
whoever paid for the £10 stream.
I think the worst thing is I think Fo said it before, but Fo did actually pay, but is watching the Wycombe one with us. So apologies, Fo.
4-1. So
4-1. 4-1. Decent. Again, a lot of people getting forward there, a lot of streaming forward. And that's the thing. That's the key for me this season, is about getting a lot of players, many players as possible.
We've scored at Ipswich.
Who scored? Can we get an update?
Yeah, we can. It just says goal West Ham, 45th minute. I'm sure somebody will tell me in a second if not, but it just popped up on the tracker that we have scored. Grady Angana, Jazz says.
Good work.
Get it.
Good work.
Get it, Grady.
Good work.
I take it back. You ever paid for that? Well done, you. Oh, no, assist. It says Grady assist. Oh, Sebastian Allaire scored. Grady assist. He was so good for West Brom driving down. He's so much more confident, it seemed, driving down. And he looked a lot more comfortable playing on the left-hand side as well. Driving in and cutting back to some of the West Brom strikers this year. I'm super happy he's back. I really hope he gets his big shot this year at the first team. Whether that be above Anderson. Right now on form, I'd say probably Dejan Khan has been the better player this last season, just gone, I think, obviously, in terms of contributions.
I just think having them both in the squad should be good. I would start Anderson, but personally, I just want people to be happy. I just want happiness for the boys. For the boys and girls. For the boys and girls. But that's what I want to see, as I was saying. That's what I want to see. I want to see the people getting into the box. Because our biggest problem is that we don't support the striker enough. We don't get enough people in and around that area. And so what I'm liking about what we're seeing today, and I don't think this is anything to go by, if Alan Irvin's in charge, whatever, I don't think there's anything to go by here. But we're getting a lot of people in the box. Getting a lot of people in and around the box. And that's important. That is important as Wycombe's header from a corner goes just wide.
Fosheezy, you're a naughty, naughty man.
Oh, Fosheezy! Thank you. First for second prayer chats. Thank you, Fo.
First donate the 2020-21 season, and of course, none other than Fosheezy.
Absolute legend of the game, legend of the thing. I'm going to say this now, Tom. If Curry Hour 2 does happen, may or may not, for the people who know the chat, may or may not, I want Fo on. I want it happening. I think Fo should come on Curry Hour. Oh, hang on. We're just getting a cheeky sponsor here. Who's it sponsored by? Come on. I know it says Scope Market in the top, but are we going to get a thing in the middle, or are we just
sponsored by Curry Hour?
Yes, come on. I'm just saying. Oh, better way now, bro. Exciting. And Scope Markets. That was a really terrible graphic. It looks like I made it.
Do they need graphics doing? I don't mind.
We're available.
I think I could do a better job than whoever's designed that. Sorry, apologies to who did ever design that.
To be fair, they probably did it in 5 seconds, so I respect it.
No. I respect it. Make me feel better. I reckon they spent 2 weeks making that. Jazza said apparently Grady outmuscles the fullback, draws 2 Ipswich players, gets to the byline, cuts it back to Allaire, gets the ball before the centre back and slots it home. Cheers, Jazza. I really appreciate you giving us updates on that game. But that is exactly what he's been doing all season long at West Brom. So I like it. Showing some intent, tis the young boy. Peach the 5 foot.
It's difficult, isn't it?
In my head, I just keep seeing Royce the 5'9". Says Diangana, Hammer of the Year. Imagine that. It would be good. Just having some of the young players come through. I think that's the main thing. Half time, yes, it is half time at Ipswich, and at this one, 4-1 here and 1-0 currently over there. Andrew Phipps is clearly people getting into the box is all about Alan Irvine. Exactly. Won't speak too much on that. But yeah. Jez Bishop, fair play to Moyes for choosing to spend time in Ipswich. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult. I can't remember. I think we have done something similar to this before in a pre-season game, I swear.
Yeah, we do. It's not unheard of for half of our team to go in one place and half of our team to go to another. It's not unheard of whatsoever. It just is what it is. It's, especially early on in pre-season, it's a smart thing to do to flip in and get, half a team in hop just to get them up to speed, especially in a truncated pre-season like we have this year, to get as many people in and around getting game time as possible to get everyone up to speed, because we've only got 3-4 games, so so it needs to be sped up. It needs to be sped up.
There's a few people that have jumped in actually at half time. Should we have a quick rundown of what happened in that first half?
Yeah, first of all, welcome. We are of course doing a watch along for the Wycombe versus West Ham game. There will be a live review of the Ipswich game, which Gonzo is doing straight after this. Straight after this, he'll be doing this. We will spam the link in the chat so you can all roll over to. We'll give you a little cheeky phrase to message Gonzo to put in the live chat just to see what happens. like Atlas before him.
And have your belly tickled.
Yeah. Maybe belly tickled is the one. Maybe we'll be saying that. But anyway, so that's just to let you know what's happening. The current score is 4-1 to West Ham. As who is it who said it? I saw it a second ago. As Jay said, Stockdale goals better than Masuaku's opinion.
And for those who are joining and can't watch, because I imagine most of the people are watching the Wycombe game, for the Ipswich game, according to Jazza, who does have it on, apparently Grady out-muscled his fullback, drew 2 Ipswich players, gets to the byline, cuts it back to Allaire, who gets to the ball before the centre-back and slots it home. So that was, also, I rep MK says, but do you know which game Moyes is at and who is in charge? Irvine is at Wycombe with the 4-1 score, and David Moyes is at Ipswich.
Portman Road.
Currently. So yeah, go on then, Charlie. You want to go through the goals?
So yeah, the first one was Masuaku. The camera work for it was shoddy, but it was what it was. These are the things that happen when you're doing stuff live and you're not used to. Masuaku hit it from just outside the area. It looked like a good drive, but the camera was so zoomed in. Potentially a little bit like this. That it wasn't. You couldn't quite see it. I just like having a button that helps me do.
Hit the underside of the crossbar and went in is what pretty much what we all saw. There wasn't many replays, if at all. So.
There were no replays. And then the second goal was a Stockdale one, I believe.
Yes, it was.
It was horrendous. Wycombe were passing it round at the back. Jared Bowen with the slightest bit of pressure to the centre back forced him to pass it back to David Stockdale, former Fulham goalkeeper, in goal, who proceeded to not control the ball. And it's one of those things where, where it's a bad own goal, where the ball gets passed back, it gets fizzed back to the goalkeeper, a la Paul Robinson and Gary Neville, for example. When it happens, when it gets fizzed back to the goalkeeper, you're like, okay, there's a bit of a bobble here, it's a struggle. There was none of that. Literally, the ball got passed back with all of the pace of me running for a bus, which, for those of you who don't know, is not very fast. He failed to control it, and it rolled into the net. Like when you see clips of like really snowy games in foreign countries, or really like boggy games in foreign countries, you still play their games and don't cancel everything at the first time of a leaf being on the pitch like we do, right? And the ball really slowly rolls over the line, and the striker's already running away celebrating. It doesn't happen. It was one of those. It was slow AF. The third goal for us, it went 2-1. It went 2-1.
Unbelievable save. If you haven't watched it yet, do have a look later on for the highlights of this game, because David Martin makes an unbelievable save to tip it onto the bar, and unfortunately, I don't know the Wycombe player's name, but somebody was there to tap it in for the rebound, smashed it in basically. There's nothing really he could do, but he made a great initial save. That got tipped over the bar.
Very good initial save. Then the third one was the
cutting back inside in the box.
That one. Yeah, good finish, and again, it's showing those signs of a lot of us getting in the box, in and around the box, making the most of these opportunities. And then the fourth was the Jaron Bowen just a second ago.
It was a good effort. I think the keeper did well to parry it, but literally there was nobody marking Bowen, who just literally ran in and finished it off. Before James, because I do see James has donated. I'm sure we'll get to that in a second. But for anybody that is not watching the game, because there was a lot of you that just joined at half time, for the Ipswich goal, if you haven't seen it, apparently, according to Jazza, Grady Diangana out-muscled the back, drew, I'm just reading exactly the same thing. He drew two Ipswich players, got to the byline, cut it back to Haller, who gets to the ball before the centre-back and slotted it home. So, yes, that was apparently the way the game went, or the goal at Portman Road. So, yeah. James Gunn, Charlie.
Thank you, James. Shout out. Quick prayer emojis. We really do appreciate it. I'll change the name in a second. You know what it's like, James. You know what it's like. These Congolese left backs rocking up and giving absolute worldies. You know how these things go. Or hilarious. So shout out to everyone who is in the chat currently. We do appreciate it. We of course did watch alongs before the end of last season, and we're thinking about doing this season as well. Many games me and young Tom are both available. We'll probably be rocking up and doing a cheeky watch along for the boys.
Should we go through the chat quickly?
Yeah.
Apparently Souček was shocking. A lot of people have said that. Apparently Souček was really bad in that first half. Misplaced quite a few passes. But again, it's pre-season. Try not to read too much into it, especially when it's against Ipswich. But however, if he does that in a couple of weeks or next week or whenever we're playing in the Betway Cup, then you have every right to be annoyed at him. How dare he cock up in the Betway Cup?
The most prestigious of competitions.
Apparently, Clip says Felipe Anderson is wearing a headband. Not sure how I feel about this. Do you know what? Watching the cricket the last few weeks, the test series against the Windies in Pakistan. It's the second time I mentioned cricket today. You can tell what I've been doing the last few weeks.
It's playing cricket.
Is it? They've all been in a biosecure bubble, so they've not been able to leave and get their haircuts. So a lot of the England bowlers are wearing headbands at the minute, and it's just very weird. People you wouldn't usually see with long hair have long hair, and
I don't mind a hairband on a footballer. I like a random accessory on a footballer. Do you know what I mean? I like an Edgar Davids glasses, a headband here, a sweatband there. I quite like it. You know, like when you're doing a creative footballer on FIFA. I don't know why I say creative footballer like it's wrestling. You know when you create a pro on FIFA or PES or whatever, and there's like an option for accessories. You scroll through, one accessory is a headband, second one's this, like that sort of stuff. I do like a random accessory. I do. So I'm for it. I'm for it personally. I'm for it.
Hamadan Under, good to see you, mate. It's a good day from Perth, West Australia. Nice to see you back again, mate. Obviously, haven't seen you for a couple of weeks. Hammer Mulder says, morning chaps, just got out of bed. I wish I was you. How are we playing? Very well if you're watching the Wycombe game. Apparently not so well if you're watching the Ipswich game. Laith Awada says, Martin's done well to save that. Yeah, it was an excellent save.
It was.
Somebody did ask up there before, but again, James reiterates it here. Thoughts on Jamal Baptiste and Cullen Lads? Thought they both been great. To be honest, to be honest with you, I mean, as much as I was paying attention, they both seemed seamless. Seamless in what they did. They looked okay. Good, in fact. But again, it's unfortunately, it's how well they play when it's a change in better opposition. So it's pre-season, but it's good from what I can see. Is they've both been very good. And according to X as well, there's been a lot of good talk about this Jamal Baptiste in pre-season. So the future is bright between him and Cardoso, hopefully.
Yeah, I tend not to judge performances too harshly during pre-season. I tend to think the performances come earlier. I just look for sort of indications on how you can play, indications of positions players will be playing and stuff like that. I tend not to try and judge too harshly on the performances, but I do love just seeing the youth players in because they usually do perform better than the senior players because they actually have something to earn.
Yeah. Foe says Anderson turning into Alan St. Maximum. Yeah, I mean, if he's wearing a Gucci headband today, then we've got some big issues that we need to probably discuss with Felipe Anderson.
He's getting paid enough. He's getting paid enough.
Thunder and Joy says, what's the score with Ipswich? It is 1-0 currently. Sebastian Haller scored. For not repeating myself too much, according to Jazz, Diangana drove to the byline, beat his man, cut it back. Haller slotted it home. So yeah, that's pretty much been in the first. If you are here, I'm not expecting large amounts of likes, but do subscribe if you haven't already. We just tipped over 13,000 today, which was again amazing from all you guys supporting the last couple of months with the watch alongs, and the channel has been absolutely amazing. I mean, for most weeks we were peaking at like 700, 800, 900 viewers on the reviews and stuff.
It was actually mad. It was legitimately mad.
It's been quite insane, really, the last month. Like 1,000 subscribers in a month and a half, which is just mental. So yeah, just drop a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, that is it from me, I think.
So like, what are your expectations going into the sort of pre-season? What do you want to see from it? Is there anything you really want to get out of it? Is there anything you really want to have a good grasp of coming out of it?
Yeah, if we're not going to be signing players, obviously no injuries is the key. If we can go unscathed without any major injuries in pre-season, especially in the striker position, because my God, if Allaire or Antonio go down, we are left with one striker, then I'm in panic mode, because obviously with what's happened with Jordan Hugill and what's his face, Ajeti, who actually did score this winner for Celtic the other day off the bench.
Of course.
It's the way it always goes. Then yeah, I think we really are up shit creek at that point. It's just, I'm not going to comment on it yet, because we've got a while yet before. I say a while, but we've got a few weeks before the season starts and the window closes and everything. So we'll see if there is any late movement. But yeah, just if we can come out of this unscathed by injuries and head into the season with a full squad of players to choose from, then that's what I want. And obviously the young players now getting their chance to prove themselves in pre-season, like Diangana doing that today, is absolutely perfect for us. And
to be honest, those young players might have to step up. Like, it might be a situation where it's vitally important they step up, because if we're selling players and not replacing them, the squad isn't going to be deep enough for
this is the thing though, is, and I don't want to use, sorry, I do apologise, people. I've been quite ill this last week. I'll try and mute myself next time. I need to clear my throat. With Chelsea, and I don't want to compare us too much to Chelsea, but Chelsea had the transfer ban. They played some of their youth players. Look at the success they had this season playing the youth players. I know they've just reverted back to old ways and gone, here's the money, checkbook, Havertz, Chilwell, like, just who else was it?
Werner, Ziyech,
Thiago Silva, Malang Sarr, all them guys. But before that, it's proven if you have good enough players that can step up to that next level, you never know what may happen. I mean, would Chelsea fans realistically got to see Mason Mount this season if it wasn't for the transfer ban? Don't think so. So why not? Tammy Abraham, exactly. Just try these guys out. You never know.
Reece James.
Or Reece James, exactly. They Chelsea did brilliantly, and unfortunately, it came off of the back of a transfer ban. But at the minute, it feels like we've got a transfer ban slapped on us. So why not just push to get these younger players through? And so if those guys have a good pre-season, I think going that combined with no injuries will be hopefully. And obviously, I think we're going to need some of those youngsters in the start of the season. Sorry, my mate tried to FaceTime me. I think we need some of those youngsters pushing for, I would say, not so secure places like Ben Johnson, like Diangana. Somebody put in the chat there, apparently Alesse playing well, Jamal Baptiste, for Balbuena and these other positions and stuff. Let them push them. Because I promise you, hand on heart, that we as fans would be more willing to give the youngsters the time of day to hopefully grow and impress.
The difference between us and Chelsea, though, of course, is that Chelsea's youth academy is vastly superior to ours. And obviously they have a network of 15,000 youth players at every club already getting first-team game time, And it's like, when it came down to the transfer ban, you look at Tammy Abraham, who was banging him in the Championship before he had the opportunity. So it's like they've had those opportunities to get first team game time. We're at a stage, because of how badly we sort of dealt with the youth academy and how badly we deal with youth players, where
the Angana, really, you could say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everyone else is basically either not been playing senior football or has been playing it inconsistently at not a top level, and so it's difficult for us to. It's a lot for us to put them all of a sudden in those positions to succeed. I'm all for it though. I want to see it happen. Like, Josh Cullen, I think, should be in the squad. Grady Diangana, I think, should be in the squad. Obviously, Ben Johnson, but that's just because we literally don't have a right back. Unless Wally's in the chat, then I'll change my tune. But until Wally's in the chat, we don't have a right back. It's like, so apart from those, it's difficult to put them in that position and just go succeed, because it's
Yeah.
like the jump from youth football to senior football is so unbelievably massive. All you have to look at is the amount of players we've had down the years who were absolutely unbelievable at youth level and then made the jump to senior football and it just didn't happen.
Thing is, though, I always think about, and I know obviously the championship, you could say, is obviously the best hunting ground for the youth players. If we send them out on loan and they have a good season there, you think maybe they're ready to take that step up, as I imagine Diangana is, as Sammy Abraham was, and Mason Mount, excuse me. But I also think about, you drop in players like a Declan Rice at Burnley all those years ago now. I say all those years ago, it feels like all those years ago, just how many times he's played for us. But coming on at Burnley and Reece Oxford, obviously, at Arsenal, and
Reece Burke against someone, I think it was QPR, maybe.
Yeah, Ben Johnson against City. I'm just thinking in recent times, like,
and Gakia against Liverpool and all that.
Sometimes you just do have to chuck them in and see what happens, throw them at the deep end. And again, I remember Declan Rice when he got pulled by Pellegrini when we were 3 down at Liverpool. It motivated him to get better and prove himself. Unfortunately, it can have a negative effect, because when Slaven Bilic did that to Reece Oxford when we were up at Everton and we were 2 down at half-time and he was getting bullied to pieces by Lukaku, it had the adverse effect on his career and it kind of went downward. But if you've got that same mentality as Declan Rice does, to go away, get better, come back, then, fingers crossed. It works out for you, I don't know.
I mean, like, the thing is like, you do have to just lob them in. You have to be aware that they're going to have the time to make some mistakes and to a few errors here and there and whatnot. But you do sort of have to lob them in. But the problem is when they make mistakes, you can't then just completely cut them out. This is one of my things. Like with Oxford at the time, with Slaven Bilic, I had a lot of faith in Slav in youth, because he had a great track record with youth, given his role with Croatia. He basically was the person who brought through Modric. And the unbelievable big barge, I love that. He was basically the person who brought through Modric and everyone else at Croatia, who was a part of the great Croatia team you see now. And so when he hooked Oxford again, when it went poorly against Bournemouth, and I don't even think it was that bad against Bournemouth, but that's a side note for another time. It was like, okay, I'm trusting you know what you're doing here. Because of that, and I think he got it wrong. I think you look at Rice, you have to give, when a youth player makes a mistake, I think potentially it's a case by case thing, and I don't have any experience in youth team coaching, so take this for what it is, with an truckload of salt. But good hit, block there. I just feel like you have to give them the opportunity to redeem themselves from the mistake. Because, again, the fine margins between making it as a senior footballer and not making it at the top level as a senior footballer are unbelievably fine. Unbelievably fine. Like, you just... That's not even just for youth players. That's for other players who come in at new clubs or whatever. How many revolving door moments, if you want to put it that way, have there been at West Ham United? Like,
I've
tons.
just realised there's no Issa Diop today in either starting lineup.
I didn't see him in any of the training videos either, but I've not been paying that much attention, if I'm being honest.
But apparently Jazza was saying that number 14 is down, which is Alessi, apparently. The thing is, though, what I'm saying, I think it's a good discussion to have because of the way that things are going with transfers this summer and stuff. By all accounts, this Alessi from the youth team is very comfortable on the ball. He's supposed to be a very good central defender. The same for Baptiste. Looking at him, some of these younger players, they look so far superior technically on the ball, playing at centre half. That's why, again, I think Rice is so good when he plays at DM or centre back or whatever, because the younger players, they do seem coming through. They are all taught almost to play on the ball so much better. Whereas, like you would say, Fabian Balbuena, I would say, is not as confident as doing that.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't trust Bonner sometimes as far as I can throw him, but
which is very far because you're very hench, Tom. You're a big hench boy.
muscles. But no, it's almost like the younger kids are playing centre half these days, especially like Jamal Baptiste. The amount of times that he's tried to push forward to come out and play the ball out from the back today, I've just watched him do it again there a minute ago. They do seem, these younger kids, especially the centre halves, they do seem a lot more comfortable on the ball than I would say Fabian Balbuena.
The problem is with people being comfortable on the ball is that, again, senior football is so much faster. Like, you don't have the time that you have at youth football or in pre-season. So if you look at, say, a Baptiste who has the time to sort of maybe move a bit more forward, maybe pick out a pass and stuff. You look at, say, the Stockdale goal, which it probably doesn't even count as Stockdale's goal, but we're going to keep calling it that.
If you say like Man United, like you've got Rashford, Martial, I'm just thinking of pacey front threes charging at you. Yeah, you're probably at that point you're panicking a little bit more. You may make a mistake. But I feel like I think I can't remember who I said this to. It may have been on American Hammer Stream a few weeks ago. We cannot keep promoting ourselves as the Academy of Football if we are just so reluctant to
tackle.
Great challenge. Who was that? Was that Baptiste or was that Ben Johnson?
Baptiste.
That was Baptiste. We cannot keep pushing ourselves as the Academy of Football and have that, especially in front of our dugout as we walk out in the London Stadium. If all we're going off of is the history of Bobby Moore and those guys, and then the Lampard, Carrick era and stuff, we have to bring them through. And we're not a club that can rely on buying big money players. We have to mix it somewhat with youth. And I'm all for. I think we've let far too many talented players slip through the cracks the last few years. And again, we do seem like we have a good few youngsters playing. Again, good showing today from some of them that have played today across both games. But yeah, I feel like we've gone away from that model of bringing our youth players through. And I know, like for instance, Freddie Sears may have never really made it after he left us and stuff, but he's remembered in folklore almost for how good he was those first few games he was with us. I still think back on some of the younger players that have played the last few years, and I don't know. I feel sorry for them in a way because I know some of our fans demand signings, and I do too to a certain extent. But with the position that we're in at the minute, I don't think we can afford to. I don't know. That's my opinion on it anyway.
Sorry. Jez Bish. Same thing as teaching kids to swim. I threw my 2-year-old lad in the deep end down at the leisure centre pool. I gave him 2 minutes before I accepted he was drowning and pulled him out. Fair. Great analogy.
Excellent. That is
it's true though. Like you have to give the people the opportunity. You have to find the space for them. I think there is. You can sign people and also play youth players. I don't think it's exclusively one or the other. I think you can create space. Look at Man United. Lanzini's free kick, good, a save from Stockdale for once. You look at Man United, right? Like they sign players with reckless abandon. Like there's no tomorrow, spending big money on here, there, and everywhere, and yet they still have a core group of young players coming through into that squad who are very good.
Imagine if Martial hadn't got injured in that Europa League game, Marcus Rashford would never have come through. Probably for quite a while afterwards. I can't say for certain he wouldn't have come through because clearly he was talented enough for them to trust to start him. But his career started off the back of.
If Ashley Fletcher hadn't got injured in the youth team, Marcus Rashford would have stayed lesser behind. These things happen. I don't like the term revolving. I don't like the term revolving door moments, but it is a lot of that. There is a thing every now and then where you see, that could have happened, that might not have happened. What would have happened if Kaleri scored in his first game, or Ayeti scored in his first game for West Ham? What would have happened if Reece Oxford's second game was as good as his first game? What would have happened if Reece Oxford didn't get called back by David Moyes to have a look at him? There's a lot of these things that happen where it's like lots of coulda, shoulda, wouldas, maybe.
Peach says so many slip through our fingers since the golden era of the 99-2000 squad. I know, and maybe that's partly down to us as West Ham fans believing that because we have like every 30 years a generation of unbelievable talent that comes through, it seems. Because obviously you had the Moore era and then the 99-2000 era of players, and maybe we're hoping, seeing as this, I think because the youth players, because obviously we've been snatching up talent from different academies. That's the approach that it seems to have been in the last few years. Has been to just go in and handpick the ones that are leaving and bring them in and whatnot. But then they've just never had that opportunity to prove themselves. I don't know. I think I'm very dismayed with the way that the structure of the club is going in terms of youth and signings and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's because of what's happening this summer. I think everybody. I know there's a lot of GSB out talks been on Twitter again this week. A lot of the fans are starting to really pick up again in for that movement. But I don't know. I just feel like it's very disconcerting, and there's just a lot of things wrong structurally at the club. Unfortunately.
The thing is like.
This got very deep for a pre-season game all of a sudden. It's good.
But,
we literally haven't talked West Ham, have we? Since the last game, we've switched off from everything West Ham.
Yeah, I've basically not even checked. Not even checked.
It's stuff that X posts, and that's it. I've completely switched off. So this is the first time we've literally discussed West Ham since.
I knew Hugo left because I got several text messages asking me if I was okay. Yeah. And I was like, this is a very random thing to receive. There's something happened. Last time I got several texts asking me if I was okay, it's because someone was chatting crud about me in a group chat. No names. No names. Shout out Liverpool University. And then so I was like, what's going on? Where's everyone asking me if I'm okay? And then I realised it's because Hugo left. So literally, it's just nice to talk about West Ham again.
Yeah. I don't know why I feel so passionate about the youngsters. Maybe,
because I think we all do. I think
that doesn't sound really good for me.
Well, it doesn't sound great. I think we all do. I think it's just a case of like, again, I do think there is a happy ground. I think part of the problem is, to be honest with you, I think over the last, I don't want to make this a GSB issue, but their stewardship of the club has been so bad that it's make or break. It's something Gio brings up a lot, right? Is this idea of, say, David Moyes, he's got a 1-year contract. What incentive does he have to try and introduce the youth players? What incentive does he have when he's at last chance saloon in his career at top level football? Good turn by Lanzini, picked up at a pace. That's a great opening for Masuaku, pulls it back. Bowen, 5. Good goal.
See that now. This is the how do I say, the caveat part of it is I like the idea of, as I'm pretty sure Jazz had just got the wrong game to say 2-0 in, unless it was reversed and we did score and it was offside or something. But I thought he mentioned it was 2-0 and then retracted it and then put 5-1. So I don't know if there's been a goal at Ipswich again. But no, I think it's the caveat is I'm all for signing players, hungry players from the Championship that are younger and stuff. Like I think that is a good method. Apparently, yes, we have scored at Ipswich. It is saying reading 2-0 on my thing. But yeah, I'm all for the Jarrod Bowen and Souček type signings, like the not necessarily well known but players that come under the radar and then they perform well and stuff. I think Jarrod Bowen and Souček have been a revelation for us. I think Souček specifically, he is that central midfielder that we've needed for so long. And I think he helped us. Obviously, Antonio's goals helped us saved up, but I think he was one of our more key players at the back of the last season. So I'm all for signings like that. But like I said, it's about mixing that youth and getting those guys to come through at the same time. But it's, again, I'm like you, I don't want to make it a GSB issue, but it's been structurally not very good for a long time in terms of scouts and youth and all that kind of stuff. It just, do you remember when that as Pablo Fornals tries a scissor kick? Do you remember when we had like apparently Diangana's just got another assist to Allaire? Brilliant, love to see it.
Dare I say Callum Wilson and Ryan Fraser? Dare I say it?
Apparently on live score it's saying Ipswich has scored, so it may be 2-1, I don't know. When we had like Tony Martinez, and this is a guy who's supposed to have scored like 200 goals in like 4 seasons at the Mestalla Academy or whatever it's called of Valencia, which again is one of the best academies in world football. Domingos Quina, we were so excited when he came through. Nathan Holland now, Marcus Brown, like all those kind of guys. And we just never really saw them, did we? I mean, a cup game now and again, but we never saw what they could have done. And maybe they weren't good enough. Maybe that's
I think in reality, it's one of those things where it's like you can't. A player's success or failure at senior level is not how good they are. Like, it seems mad to say, but when you look at Freddie Sears, for example, like Freddie Sears got more chance than others, but he didn't quite make it in Premier League. But that doesn't mean that it happened all of a sudden. When you look at Tony Martin, gone.
Freddie Sears has just scored for Ipswich, but yeah, carry
Has
on.
he? Yeah. Respect.
We've just scored again. It's 3-1 now.
Oh, the fans getting their money worth. Money's worth.
In both games. Sorry.
Foshizi made a good point. Like Tony Martinez, for example, just because he doesn't make it at Premier League level doesn't mean they won't make it. And I think again, we need to be giving them the chance to make mistakes and learn from it. If they make a mistake, you cut them out and then you never play them again. Then what was the point in the first place? There literally was none.
I know Martinez. Was it Falmisao or it was Belenenses or something? No, it was Falmisao. Yeah, they were top of the league for quite some time last season. At the start of the season, I'm almost certain that they were towards the top end of the table, and it is because he had scored quite a few goals for them starting up front, and they did really rate him. Yeah, it's 3-1 now. Apparently, Souček header from number 11. 11 would be
Snodgrass.
Snodgrass, yeah. Let's just double check. If I'm going completely mad. No, Connor Coventry is wearing 11 today. So another guy that's supposed to be very, very good on the ball.
Yeah.
Again, so yeah. We could bang on about it for years, unfortunately. I just think it's a nice topic for this summer. As we've just scored again, it's now 4-1 at Ipswich.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
And the goals are coming in, raining down at Portman Road. We go to Chris Kamara. Chris, what's going on? I don't know, Jeff.
That's it?
That's it?
You said no.
I didn't see it. No, I saw him coming off, but I thought it was a sub.
Oh, no, you're right, Jeff. I saw him coming off. I thought I brought me a sub on, Jeff. When was the last time that West Ham cumulatively scored 9 goals in one day?
It was a sunny day in Norwich earlier on.
A hat-trick by all accounts.
But yeah, no, Tony Martinez, I never particularly rated him, but he's done bits in Portugal. He's done bits in Portugal.
Amazing for her first pre-season because I can hear her.
Get her involved. I should warn you all, I haven't done the one-person cam because I rushed.
I can just open.
I rushed today.
Calvin things. What's it?
Tom's taking his headphones out now, so it's all me. Look at the PJs. Look at the PJs he's rocking. Got Maisie's just pulling them up because he's been aware he's wearing PJs now.
What? Why?
I'm just gonna mute him for everyone there. There we go. We just mute him quickly. He's just said 1 second. I muted him. Maisie's in charge now. Maisie, welcome, Maisie. Maisie, what's your opinion on West Ham's Youth Academy? She's hyped, she says. She's hyped. So, thank you everyone for watching, by the way. Thank you all for appreciating. Like I said, I've mentioned it before, but I'll mention it again very quickly while Tom's not here. Like if you haven't already, subscribe if you're new around here. We will be doing watch-alongs for probably most games this season. At least until the games come back, obviously. I'm personally not going to be attending any games this season. But Tom maybe. So games with myself and Tom around, we'll be doing watch-alongs for. And then we'll see what happens with the rest. I don't particularly know yet. As Tom comes back into the room. Haller hat trick. That's fine. A Haller hat trick, by the way, in case you were interested.
Sorry, I was being shouted at.
Pixel said 80 West Ham fans are the best. Dogs, beards, pinball. Unfortunately, a lack of pinball machines between myself and young Tom. I've got the pinball game on my PS4, but I don't have a physical pinball machine. You know, I don't have a physical pinball machine.
Well, account. They should have. Can you hear me, Charlie? Yeah.
Yeah. You're all good.
Oh, hello. Were we ignoring you for a little while, were we? Yes, I'm sure the chat will enjoy seeing you.
Good 1-2 down the right there, by the way. Haller and Lanzini. Lanzini looking a bit sharper today than usual, which is good. Pulled back, hit by Antonio. Not in. Don't know why I said that.
I'm extremely behind.
Just a quick shout out to Haven't a Clue. Haircut, you look like my nan's favourite mop. That's a mean thing to say about Tom. I think he looks very good. It's a fair point. It's a fair point.
Hello, are you gonna come up here instead of hiding down there? You go on the bed. You go on the bed. You go on the bed.
It's all kicked off in the Atherton household.
Come on, go on the bed. On the bed. On the bed. Go on the bed. She's just like standing there, like play with me, human. Hello. Apparently Haller saying Jazza said he should have had a 5 or 6. Well, you would expect that, wouldn't you, with a £50 million striker against the League One team? Hopefully, anyway. Good to see he's firing the goals in pre-season, though.
I'm so. Do you know what? You know how I've sort of switched off all West Ham stuff recently.
Yeah.
And like for those of you who don't follow my depressing Twitter account, I've just sort of gone. Oh, he's getting battered. I wish. Hang on. Let me just. Which one is it? It would be that one. Let me just so you can just see. I'll take it out of the template just so you can see a bit more Maisie. There you go. Look, I'll just be here. No, I would.
Okay, hello. Lovely to see you. Yes, I know. I missed you too. I saw you literally an hour ago, but yes, I missed you too. She does want some love, Pixel. She's a good girl, aren't you? You having a big stretch, are you? Yeah. You've had a stretch. You've been doing much today? You had a good day? Yeah. You had a nice day. We're going out for a WALK later on. I can't actually say the word. A bit mental. But yes. Sorry.
That's right. I pulled it out of the frame specifically so everyone could see more Maisie. Because I felt like that's the sort of pre-season content we need. Do you know what I mean? We need a bit of Maisie.
Do you know what I would like to see? Now we are 5-1 up and sailing. I would like to see. I'm just looking at the subs bench. I would like to see Rosa, because by all accounts, very good centre mid.
Yeah.
Zande Silva, again, we were both wanted to see a bit of him last season when it wasn't so great in the first couple of games because obviously Moyes wasn't using his subs. I'd like to see him. I'd like all of the bench to come on. Maybe even give Anang 20 minutes just so we can see what he looks like in goal.
Sure.
It is pre-season after all, you know.
There seems to be at least one person coming off now, or coming on in a minute. I did see someone stripped off and ready.
Wycombe are in. Oh, he's done well there. He's unlucky.
You're ahead of me again somehow.
David Martin did make a right mess.
He is unlucky. He's unlucky.
Focus more Maisie, but there you go, Fo. There you go.
I'm just trying to. What's your current time code, please?
69, 17, 18, 19.
Okay, 15, 20. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Sweet. Yeah.
Is anybody here in the chat watch? Anybody watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Oh, love Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Before I start, because there is a point to what I'm saying.
Love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I will say the chat is slightly behind because I didn't set up the stream properly. Yes. So you'll get an answer in about 10 seconds. Maybe a bit more. I'll tell you what, while you had that conversation, I'm going to... hang on. Maisie cam. I'm going to... Look at that.
There you go.
Just big dog techers. Big dog techers.
So, because exactly, James Gunn and Peter Fivefoot, you are both on it. I love it. Because every time I see Bernardo Rosa on the bench for West Ham, all in my head, I can just see Doug Judy going, Rosa. Every time.
Love Doug Judy. I love Doug Judy.
Oh my God, Anang is coming on. I got my wish.
Hey!
our first look at Anang, who by all accounts is supposed to be a very good keeper.
Someone else has just come on as well.
Is it Rosa?
Rosa.
Rosa. James Gunn is on full repetition now. Charlie Boy apparently lives in Brooklyn 718, baby.
Oh, I knew. Listen, I know Charlie's a Brooklyn boy. I know that for a lot. Listen, there's nothing more I know about that man. But I didn't know the exact precinct. 718. Shout out.
Is Xander Silva on now?
No, I don't think it was. Oh, there is. Yeah, maybe he did come on as well. There seems to have been a couple of substitutions. Yeah, Xander Silva's up front, and then it's 27, which could be Rosa.
Hang on, let's have a
Rosa.
Rosa. Longello is on. Anang is on. Who else did we say? 32, which is Silva. Yeah, Silva's on then. 36 is Rosa, 23 is Adarkwa, and 12 is Akinola.
Oh, big boys. Big boys doing big bits. I'm just gonna run to the toilet. I'm gonna let you and Maisie take over. I'll be back momentarily.
Yeah, I was gonna say for James Gunn, who's talking, who's given us a full rendition. It's genuinely one of the funniest scenes in the history of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. When he just afterwards, when he comes on, he's like, "Oh my god, totally forgot about that part." Oh, fantastic show. If you are just joining us or whatnot, you're watching the streams are going on. It's currently 5-1 at Wycombe, and it is 4-1 at Ipswich. Haller has his hat trick already. Bowen has 2 here, and yeah, it's because of the nature of pre-season. We're all just chilling out, chatting, just a bunch of crap, basically. Ben Cargill, nice to see you, mate. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is so good. Oh, it is. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. Whoever's in the chat right now, what other shows are you watching at the minute? I've just finished watching. Well, I say just finished. I've got 1 episode left of Dexter. I've managed to avoid all spoilers. We mustn't tell Charlie that I'm watching Dexter because he's tried to spoil it for me already. But I've got 1 episode left of that. I've managed to get through so many TV shows throughout lockdown. It's quite sad, really. But yeah. Pixel Seinfeld, as it's free on Amazon Prime. I've never watched Seinfeld. I know it's supposed to be amazing, but I've never seen that. Taylor GC, Wycombe will get relegated. They'll have a tough ask, I think, obviously, being back in the Championship. Dexter, Series 8, though, I'm literally 2 episodes away from finishing. I'm on episode 10 of Series 8. I had to stop it to come do the watch along today, but I was so close to finishing. Starting the Umbrella Academy, says James. Again, I saw that. That's got Nathan from Misfits, I think. And that is supposed to be really good on Netflix, but I haven't got around to watching that yet. Ben Cargo, I know it's a bit girly, but Selling Sunset is decent. Never heard of that, Ben. What's it about? Also, Vampire Diaries. Yeah, my mum used to watch Vampire Diaries. Charlie has joined a very opportune moment as he's back in the toilet.
Hello.
Just talking about TV series, mate.
I heard.
You did hear?
What's Selling Sunset? I'm interested.
Oh no, we've got corner. I thought that was the animation for a goal being scored, but it's a corner. Yeah, I'm interested. Fo, I'm glad it's supposed to be fire. As I was saying, I'm watching Dexter, and I'm 2 episodes away from finishing, and I've avoided every spoiler.
Do you want me to tell you what happens in the end?
No, I don't want to tell you. No chance. Anyway, Steve Mumsall, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. No, I've never watched that.
Steve, that's a dark horse pick from yourself there. I didn't expect Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. from Steve Mumsall.
I would not have put Steve down for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Neither would I. I haven't watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. either, but I've heard it's very good. It's very good. Shot from range.
Who is up front for us with the bright
Silver?
That is Silver with that haircut.
The blonde hair, yeah.
Yeah, fire. Yeah. Love that. Ugh.
What time are you at, by the way?
75-10.
Okay, cool. We're good.
Who's come on at left back? Is it Longello that's come on at left back?
That's what I was trying to figure out. I don't know. I didn't know. I assume so. I don't know anything about Longello.
Longello, yeah.
To be fair, if anyone's got a flipping spot to earn, it's our youth left back. Oh, Josh Cullen. Look at him. Look at him. He's like Jack Wilshere. Jack Wilshere had ankles.
Sits down there, right back. Cuts in. Jarrod Bowen for his hat trick. Cuts in onto his left. No. doesn't take it. I'd be a crap commentator.
Yeah, you got a bit too hyped there.
Yeah,
you got.
Like the players get their practice in for the season. I am about to get my practice.
Get your viewing standards in. I respect that.
James Gunn, want to try watching Ozark but struggle with Gunn. James Gunn. As a connoisseur of Ozark, and I see that Charlie Boy just said I need some recommendations. If you have not watched Ozark, my God.
My mum is very into it.
To watch Ozark. It is,
Thank you.
This is the thing. Ozark, you would think and associate that Jason Bateman with being a comedian, but my God, he is a bit comedic in his role that he plays in Ozark, but it is so good. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch Ozark. So good.
Shall I turn on my Netflix and see what I've been watching? This might crash the internet, but I'm just going to do
it. Taylor G says, "What do you think of the new lower stands behind the goals?" Myself and Charlie have switched off from everything West Ham, so I haven't. If anybody has a picture and you can point me to where or what they look like, I would like to see it because I don't know what they look like. As Lanzini just messaged.
My gut, if it's what I know of from last season and other things, my gut says that it's not going to make that much of a difference, and is a PR move rather than anything else.
Have you seen the picture of it? I haven't seen what they look like.
No, not. I knew what would. I saw the design of what was going to happen, but I haven't actually seen it.
Yeah.
It. Shout out to Foe. Wrestling references. Sorry. Yeah. So I haven't actually seen it. But...
Steve, safe driving, mate, on your route. I imagine that's what you're doing. Bus route, safe driving. Nice to see you along today, my dude.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, Steve. Appreciate it. Don't appreciate your burger opinions, but I appreciate you as a person.
Charlie boy, that is exactly what you should be doing. Give Ozark a go. I would say it is like 8 to 10 episodes a series, so you have to give it like I would say 2 or 3 episodes to get in. But there's a character in that for the life of me, I can't remember it. Ruth Langmore. She's one of the best women. Like she's one of those women that's like empowered. Starts off quite small in her character, but she becomes like very empowered.
Did you just say she's one of them women who are empowered?
No, but like
can I just say, never ever become a TV reviewer.
But in her role, she starts off and she's quite quiet and whatnot, but then she learns the way almost of what Ozark is about, and she's such a powerful character. She's so good. She's an unknown as well. Like she's not someone that you would have recognised, I don't think, before, which makes her even better. I think anyway.
Silver's showing a bit of pace there.
Yeah, a bit of pace.
Nothing coming of it. A bit of pace.
Bit of magic.
Yeah, I've just been watching Gotham and World's Toughest Prisons, so I can't really get involved in the prestige TV conversation. I apologise.
Fo says, has anyone renewed their season ticket yet? I'm pretty sure my dad just renewed his 2 season tickets. As he said to me, I don't know why, but I did. So yeah.
Right. Whereas I've chosen not to. I've chosen not to.
Jamal Baptiste again there, and I know I shouldn't get carried away because it's against Wycombe, but he's looking very controlled.
You're getting carried away, Tom, and I love it. I'm big into you just getting overly hyped about a 12-year-old.
Rio Ferdinand incarnate. Unbelievable.
I mean, you did spend most of the first season of Declan Rice saying he looks like Bobby Moore, so it is what it is. Here it comes.
I got a gift. I got a gift, fam. I see it and I'm like, first season, I was literally, as I know Charlie's just said, I said how comfortable Rice looked on the ball. He looked like Bobby Moore. You were very Bobby Moore comparison heavy during those early stages. I'll still do it. I think I'll still do it. But now and again, I'm not always right. I would like to say that I'm right more times than I'm not, but it's like a 70-30, 60-40 split. Another one I will take.
I'm not always right, but I'm saying it's a good 60-40 split.
Yeah, it's like the high end's either 60-40, 70-30. The other one was Idrissa Gueye before he signed for Everton. Recently, I've said anyway. I really wanted us to sign him, and he went on to have a banging season for Everton and then for PSG. I just because Gio always used to bring it up in live streams as well, and was like, "Oh yeah, Tom, you mentioned you wanted him." I was like, "Yeah, I've said, I reckon we should go for Idrissa Gueye." Yeah. Not very often. So when I talk about youth players, you listen to me. I start Xande Silva, fucking Jeff Hurst. There we go.
Bernardo Rosa looks like a prime Nigel Rio-Coca.
Yeah, exactly. These type of comparisons. Longello, Paul Konchesky, mate.
It's a great opportunity for Wycombe. It's a good run there.
I would say what numbers Wycombe are wearing, but they don't have any on, so we can't really say. So
not about that numbered life. Not about that numbered life.
It was a good run by that man there.
He was good.
Trialist.
He looks like Brian Ruud Van Nistelrooy.
And player. Two things. One, Toko Ekambi, says Ben Colgott. Now, I was really impressed with Toko Ekambi in the Champions League. I thought he was very good. I'd heard of him before, but I had no idea. Like, I hadn't watched him play, but I was impressed with him. I thought he played well. As Xande Silva plays in Longello, goes out for a corner. James Gunn said, I want to sign regular on the left back from Sevilla. He is on loan from Real Madrid, and I would say there is a fat chance that we will not get him. Partly because Marcelo's on his way out, and they've already got Ferland Mendy, and I think Reguilon will be either backup or starter.
Who's their other left back?
They had Marcelo, Ferland Mendy. They did have Teo Hernandez the other year before he went to AC Milan.
That's who I'm thinking of before he went Milan. That makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah. Who is also developed into a very good player. But no, I agree, James Gunn. He was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, he was real good. He's been very good for a little bit now.
But that's the way they play, isn't it? Because they have two attacking fullbacks at Sevilla, the way that Lopetegui's got them playing. Navas, who just seems to keep going in his career, who just seems to be getting better with age. I thought he was done after he left City, but he's kind of...
Yeah, he's been converted into a right back now, and he's been doing absolute bits, which is just wild. It's just he's done an Ashley Young.
He's done an Ashley. That's the weirdest thing, by the way. Have you seen looking at Ashley Young with hair?
Yes, that is weird. Also, just Inter's team in general was very weird.
Premier League heavy now.
Haven't they got Victor Moses as well?
Yeah, the other day with mad when I was watching the Europa League final, and they made a triple substitution, and it was Christian Eriksen, Moses, and Alexis Sanchez coming on, and it was just like it was such a throwback. It was like, what? Oh, my Alexa has set itself off. I don't know. Apparently, I'm struggling to connect to the internet. Nick Hart says, being an old git who started to go to Upton Park in the 60s, I've not got a clue what you lot are talking about. We're just chatting crap, really, Nick. I do apologise. Unfortunately, it's pre-season. We allow the creeks out. I imagine that's Gio that says, I love Charlie and Tom, only Monday through Sunday, though. Dislike them on the other days. Yeah, that's fair. Somebody's got to dislike us.
I'm fine with it. Do you know what I mean? You can't please everyone.
Especially the board man. The board man.
You can please everyone some of the time or some of the people all the time. So I'll take some of the time.
Manny Longello with a blistering run.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where he's playing. I can't tell if he's
back.
But Masuaku's still on. Which is what's confusing me.
Yeah, we don't need any money. Manny Longello, that's it.
He seems to be playing both deeper and more forward than Masuaku, and so I'm very confused as to the entire situation.
Masuaku's just drifting into the centre of midfield, so I've got no idea what Masuaku's doing either.
Just let the boys play. Just let them play wherever they want. Just get them on. Have a go, lads. Have a go.
Just let them do what they want to do. It's 5-1. Masuaku, look at him turning into prime Messi. Look at the footwork. And
then maybe the dumbest pass he could have made. He decided to do an inside-out pass with his weak foot into 4 people, as opposed to the very clear and obvious through ball out wide with his strong one. You love to see it.
Tone coming back in. Nice to see you again, Tone.
Good to see you, Tone.
Quite a few of the watch-alongs. Why do you guys think that our club only pays tribute to the history of Thames Ironworks, but not the Castle Swifts?
Honestly, I don't know, but I know basically nothing about either of them. I know the Thames Ironworks stuff because, like you say, the club are big into shouting it, but I don't know anything about the Castle Swifts.
They are. Is your start date 1892 Castle Swifts, Thames Ironworks 1895, or West Ham 1900? Now, because on the club, when I was doing my revising for the Hammer Shots final, did a couple of quizzes. The West Ham website recognises it as 1900 as the start date on the website because one of the questions was, when was West Ham founded? And obviously that's the 1900 bit. The Thames Ironworks is obviously 1895. I would have said 1895. But I don't know. I would have said 1895 because that's the way that the club peddles it, but unless there was like rapists and murderers in the 1892 team and that's why they don't peddle it, then maybe that's why. I don't know.
Bloody hell, that took a turn, didn't it?
Shady stuff.
Absolute turn. I would say, I just don't know. Whatever, man. Here's what it is. Personally, whatever. Probably West Ham's start date, just because it's West Ham. Anything that precedes that is what precedes that. But I don't know enough to really speak on it. I don't know enough to speak on it. I can't lie.
Yeah, I know. It's like you just said. It is no wrong or right tone. It's whatever you perceive it as. But for some reason, the club were peddling obviously the Thames Ironworks stuff the last few years, really, weren't they?
Marketing, money.
James Gunn says, "Bring me Philip Max for left back. Christian Gunter from Freiburg would be another good sign. Imagine if we had a scouting department." Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Scouting. What is this scouting? I know my mate Dave, and he owns an footballer. He said we can have him for an cheap price, but lots of wages, which we can blame on the incumbent manager at a later date on Claret and Hugh.
Silver, who's just twatted one into the stands.
Getting into interesting positions, not doing much with the ball as of yet, Silver. But into interesting position. Can I just say quickly, hello, Ray. It's not just you. If I open up my WhatsApp, it's a lot of people. It's all green. It's all green circles right now. I've just I've been ignoring everyone.
Yeah, there's lots of good left backs, young left backs anyway at the minute out in the world, which I guess the fans we could even recommend to our departments, scouting departments, but whether they'd listen to us or not, I don't know.
I know, right?
But it's quite annoying when it pains you to see like some of the youngsters that are very, wow, that is a lot of unreds.
It's not just you, Ray. It's not just you, I promise.
Yeah, it's annoying because sometimes fans do know what they're talking about, and I'm pretty sure we can identify players that should turn into nice players. But yeah, I didn't see much of that Philip Max, only that he got quite a few informs on FIFA this year. I always used to see him pop up in Team of the Week, so he must have been doing something right. Can't say as I've watched him though.
Yeah, I whenever I've seen him, I thought he played well, but I haven't watched enough of him to really get him, really understand what he's about. Josh Cullen with a beautiful Scott Parker-esque turn there. Proper Scott Parker-esque. I should say, Ray, genuinely haven't been ignoring you. Just been having a mental breakdown the last 3 days. So,
shout out to breakdowns.
Lloyd Isgrove from Swindon. Wasn't Lloyd Isgrove, right, this is a random shout. Was Lloyd Isgrove a Southampton Youth Academy player?
I don't know, mate.
I'm going to have a quick Google that because that name is kicking off in my mind for some reason.
That is full time.
Full time?
It's gone by so fast.
I'm not going to do that. I'll do it.
It's also full time at Portman Road. We've won 4-1 as well.
4-1. So good run outs. Good run outs. Thank you, Taylor. I thought it was. For some reason that name kicked off and I don't know why. Decent run out. Not bad. it just wasn't.
It's pre-season.
It's pre-season. Yeah, I try not to judge performances too heavily in pre-season. I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. I just like to see how we're playing, and it wasn't too dissimilar to how we have done. Again, I don't know how much we can even tell because this wasn't even David Moyes, but a good run out. A good run out. I'm looking forward to hearing Gonzo's opinions.
Should we give it a quick summation of while people coming in and we wait for Gonzo to go live?
Yeah, do you want to do that while I start to figure out other stuff we need to do?
Yeah, we'll let people flood in because I imagine we'll get a few people that come through at full time just to check on how we played and whatnot. Yeah, it's Grove Southampton Youth Academy. Good shot on your part.
Knowledge. I've just got knowledge.
Is that Jalison or Jalison? Nunez, Soy de Brazil. I imagine that is I am Brazil. Yo soy is I am, I'm pretty sure. I could be completely wrong on that.
I don't know. My Portuguese and Spanish is poor.
Spanish, I know, is yo soy, just from, you would say yo soy Tom Atherton.
Portuguese? You don't watch Limmy's show, do you?
No.
Okay. If you haven't watched Limmy's show, type in Limmy Portuguese Brazil or Limmy Brazil, and you'll see what's going on ahead. Portuguese.
Hello again, everybody that's joining in. There's a lot of people that are joining. Gonzo will be going live shortly, so you can listen to him talk about. He did watch the Ipswich game. We obviously have done the Wycombe game, so as well, there is a lot of people that have just jumped in. Gonzo's review will be going live in a minute for the Ipswich game. We're just waiting for him to start. Right. Well, while we've got a lot of you in here, let's quickly have a quick run through the game. Maybe not do the goals individually because that will take too long. Players you were impressed with, Charlie. I was, and I don't want to bang on it because for those of you who've just joined, we've been talking about youth players for the whole game. Pretty much, it's been a good discussion. But Jamal Baptiste today, very good, very comfortable on the ball. Obviously, we don't want to look too much into it because it is Wycombe. But for me, I thought he was absolutely superb at the back. Looked really comfortable bringing the ball out from the back, looked good defensively as well. Jared Bowen, once again, fantastic. Lanzini looked like the Lanzini of old. Yeah, I mean, just a comfortable pre-season game is what you can ask for. No major injuries, no injuries at all. Yeah, it was a decent day at the office.
Yeah, it was. Like, first half, when we had all of our first team players out and we looked like a lot of goals, we seemed a bit sharper. I was impressed. I got to say, I was impressed by Lanzini. I thought he was a lot sharper than he's looked for a while. And it's easier to look sharper against low league opposition in pre-season, but he did sort of have a bit more about him than he has for a while, which is good to see. I liked seeing as many people getting in and around the box as possible, which for the first half we were doing, and for some of the second half, it sort of died down, but that's once the game was dead and buried, it sort of died down because that's just the way it goes. But yeah, I thought some decent performances there, and I just like seeing all the youth players. I can't lie. I just like seeing them getting excited about their prospects.
Just quickly, Havad Fajandum, who the F are these two? We're two best looking members of Hammer's chat, mate.
My name is Charlie. His name is...
I'm Tom. We've been around here for about 4 or 5 years.
literally been on here since the first ever video, but that's fine. Good Gyro 2 asks how we both are, or their sister asks how we both are. Fine.
Really,
cheers.
Really good.
Cheers.
Love to see you. Don't worry, guys. Gonzo will be going live in a minute. We're just waiting for him to set up and go live. We'll drop the link in here as soon as it comes at full time. Yes, there is 177 of you in here. Can you just drop a like on it for us and a cheeky subscription if you haven't already? Would really appreciate it.
Just a really cheeky one though, not like a. We don't need a big sub, just the cheekiest little one.
We're just in limbo waiting for Gonzo. So how about let's in the chat, let's hear from you guys. What did you think of performances today? Who were you really impressed with today? Who showed out in terms of the youth players? I'll tell you another one who looked very sharp when he came on was Manny Longello, who was sort of swapping between left back or left wing with Masuaka. They had a good little tandem going on down that left-hand side. He looked very energetic when he came on. Was quite impressed watching him. And I thought Cullen as well today. He always gets that pre-season run out with us. and then he's obviously shipped off
before going on loan to a championship team, winning player of the season, and coming back and then doing the exact same thing year after year. He's 23.
Yeah.
He's been doing it for about 5 seasons now.
Yeah.
No, I still can't figure out where Lonjano was playing, but I thought he at least looked lively. He was going up and down the left more than Masuaku was. He seemed to be both more forward and more defensive than he was. But he got into good positions and he had pace. He had pace.
Obviously the Ipswich game, Gonzo will be able to give you a bit more of a rundown on the performance over there. But obviously Sebastian Haller got a hat-trick today, which for us was, I guess, good to see him.
Linking up well with Diangana as well, according to Jay.
Yeah, and by all accounts, Diangana had an excellent game, doing much of the same of what he did against West Brom, which was driving to the byline and cutting back in for 2 tap-ins, really, for Haller, which is really good to see down the left-hand side as well. But yeah, Foshizi, he donates £5. Great show today, boys. Charlie, no rain's heel turn chat.
I'll say this quickly, Fo. I won't bully everyone else with this chat, but I'll say this quickly. I really do genuinely... Thank you for a start. Thank you, sir. I really do genuinely hope it is a full heel turn. It seems to be a bit of one here and there, but I really want to see him go at it as a proper heel. Given the rumours that were coming out today about what's going to happen at the weekend, I really, really hope it is a full heel turn.
Quickly, because Gonzo is just about to go live, I've just seen his thing has appeared. What can we go to say to Gonzo in the live stream?
Right, so what we're going to do, everyone, is we're going to send you across to Gonzo. We're going to spam the link in the live chat so you can all go and join him and watch his review of the Ipswich game, which I'll probably be listening to as well because I'm interested to see what happened. Let's say this. How about this? I'm glad we didn't get our tummies tickled. How do you feel about that one?
It's a bit long.
A bit long? Okay, shorter. I don't know. You come up with one. I'll grab the link. You come up with one.
Tommy's tickled. What a strange one. Put in the live chat. Oh God, what a shit was we put? Yeah, do you know what, folk? Let's go with that. Squeaky bum time. Just put squeaky bum time in the chat. Just to completely confuse Gonzo is our aim here. It's not in this chat, but in the chat when we drop the link for Gonzo, I'll drop it in there now for you.
Yeah, can you do it because I'm struggling to find it.
And go and listen to Gonzo.
While we do that, I'll start clicking off. Thank you everyone for watching and joining us. We will be live for most games that we can, basically games we can get streams to, we will be doing watch-alongs together. Thank you so much if you've joined us for these ones, if you've joined us for last season as well, we really appreciate it. Click that link, Squeaky bum time, let him know, squeaky bum time. Thank you all for watching. Tom, say goodbye.
Love you everyone, nice to see you all today.
Love you all, see you later, bye.